Welcome to So You. I'm Tim.
What's up? I'm Elle.
We probably should have cleared our throats before we started.
Yeah, that's definitely what just happened there. A little burp. Excuse me, folks.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So today on So You, I'm not even going to do the usual So You because we have a two-parter. Not only a two-parter, we're diving into food.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop.
So you ate all the weird things that every fast food joint comes out with every single month.
We sure did.
By all the weird fast food joints, I think we pulled from 5.
We sure did.
And in today's this first part here, we're gonna talk about the Arby's beer braised meat sandwiches.
Triple B.
And then we're gonna dive into the Impossible Whopper, and a little treat at the end. We'll dive into Starbucks and not their latte, but we're gonna dive into their new item.
The newest.
That's pumpkin spice themed, and that's their cold brew, their cream cold brew. And then part 2, we're gonna dive into McDonald's barbecue tenders, and we're also going to attack Pizza Hut's Cheez-It thing, their stuffed Cheez-It. It's nuts.
Full menu ahead, folks.
Yeah. So again, part 1, we're going to be doing the sandwiches. Before we dive in, though, I had a thought.
Guess what you got?
I always have a thought. If you haven't caught on by now, that's how this will go.
That's how this goes.
We're going to have a thought before we start. So, I work in a kitchen, and
Yeah.
in the kitchen, we play music all the time,
Yes.
which is fine.
Yeah, helps the day go by.
Which is fine. And I've always had a thing, and I don't like this about myself, but I've always done this. When I hear bad music, let me rephrase, because
Okay.
I'm going to try and get better at this.
Okay.
I'm going to try and get better at this.
Okay.
When I hear music that doesn't tickle my fancy, maybe
Yes.
it tickles other fancies,
Yes.
but my fancy doesn't
It's
get
not tickled.
tickled.
It's not-
No,
We're not about
it's
it.
just shriveled up and sad in the corner. Don't personify fancies, you know what I mean? It just sounds weird. But there was a lot of pop music, which we worked.
Pop.
We worked together before
Oh, yeah.
I went on my own adventure, and
Adventure Tim.
it was in a gym, and the gym plays a lot of pop music, and I think
Shitty
almost
pop music.
yeah,
Or, sorry.
yeah. You see,
Pop. Just pop music.
that's
Top
probably
40.
why we're friends, because most people don't receive my shit well. Like when I want to get better at this,
Yeah.
because I don't like that I immediately go to a place where I'm like, wow, this is really bad, and everybody who likes it sucks. Which is where I mentally go.
Yes.
But I don't attack, by the way, when I attack the songs, I don't attack the people.
Just the song.
But, when we work together, I think almost every single day, I would lose my mind
Yeah, I'd be like, oh,
because
this
we
song,
hear
yeah.
fucking Youngblood. They fucking is...
And it's not even just like once a
Yeah.
day. It's like maybe twice every hour on the hour.
So today,
So, yeah, your thought?
it was a lot of pop music going on in the kitchen, which is weird. Usually we mix it up, but today it was literally just like the top hits. And I mean, and my thought is that I want to get better about not feeling the anger. I think when I hear stuff like that, I literally want to all I wanted to do was just rant and destroy it. Just to
Wow.
make myself feel
Wow.
better, because I had there's an energy, and it's not to make myself feel better in the sense of I'm a little guy and I want to feel big and strong. No, I mean when you get like built up energy and you have to let it go. That's what happens.
That pop. That's what they call
That's
it. Pop.
what that's what happens. Like I just hear, but not in a dance way. Which is what I think the goal is for pop music. No, I just I get in this zone, and I just want and it's not just with pop music. Today,
Okay.
just that's kind of struck the
Sure.
nerve.
Yeah.
There's been multiple. I think sometimes it's trap music. Sometimes it, when it's like that, when metal's too heavy, and I just hear a lot of that, and I'm like, dear God, And again, I just, first of all, I thank you for putting up with my shit when it comes to that, because I know that
You're welcome.
I know that I I go in, like
You
I
do
get
get
heated.
heated.
I think the last episode I got heated about burgers,
Oh yeah.
and now we're doing a now we're doing a
Wow,
food themed
See,
episode.
Yeah, okay.
and
Next week we're gonna talk about music, I think.
yeah,
Oh.
no, that's the thing is I get energy.
You get in it. No,
I get energy, but and I guess maybe I've been made to feel bad. Maybe I shouldn't want to fix that. Maybe it's other people that have felt personally attacked whenever I like shit on their favorite artists.
Do you feel personally victimized? So here's the thing. I think a part of that is that anytime you disagree with someone, it's immediate like oh well, fuck you. Like I don't like you, and it's
Right.
You can just disagree about that one thing,
Right.
and it's
But
okay.
I agree. I agree with
Right.
that sentiment that you can disagree and be fine. But I get it, because again, I don't just say like, oh man, this is starting to get on my nerves. I have to like really devalue what it is that I'm hearing. One of the songs that kind of struck me was like, I think the chorus is like, we party like Post Malone and we're never going home. And it was like, and it was the standard like build up beat and then the bass drop and all that shit. First of all, every genre kind of starts sounding
melting together.
It all starts to sound the same after a while. I think pop is the quickest though.
Sure.
I do. I think pop's the quickest. I think trap is close, but trap music's close, but pop is the quickest that but there's like mainstream country definitely blends in.
The bro country. Yeah.
I will say the
absolutely.
moment you kind of like get into subgenres where you go to folk and different stuff like that, it does start. You can kind of, but like, pop and trap music, they're very close. How quickly they all just kind of melt together. But pop it's fast. I mean, it's like 3 songs, and I'm honestly like, I'm numbed out by it. And again, I'm not even hearing this song, and I'm gonna harp on those lyrics again. First of all, clearly it's a song that was made like this year,
yes.
bare minimum like last year.
It has Post Malone being
Secondly,
the pinnacle.
Why do you mention Post Malone in your court?
He's on top of the world now.
I get it, but
he's
like
he's about to throw his own music festival in the AT&T Stadium.
I guess I'm just frustrated at that as a whole, where it's like, don't mention someone just because it's like a name drop.
It's just a popular
thing.
thing.
It's like a popular word. So like when you make a word cloud, I don't know if people do that anymore, but
no, I don't know
if you make a word cloud, and Post Malone's an artist you listen to, well, guess who's gonna fucking slip into your music rotation? This weird chick that I don't know the name of, probably mashed up with some DJ who I don't know the name of, and it's just the most like, I don't know. It's all just so generic, man. Like I'm already getting into it. Like I'm giving myself the energy.
You're so hyped about this. No, so to kind of, not to sound like old people now, but so throughout this week, it's weird that you bring this up, but throughout this week, we put just like a different playlist on in the office, and throughout the week, it's just been a different decade.
Right.
So we actually started in the 70s.
Not far back enough. You should have went to the 50s, 40s.
No,
where it sounded like they were they were singing into a can, so that's, it sounds like it.
No, we didn't bust out the flapper dresses yet.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can hear those words.
What is that, Graham? What was that called?
I don't know.
Important. Anyways, so
you were saying,
yeah, it was. So we started the 70s, great. 80s hit, fantastic. 90s, pretty grungy, but like it was still fun.
80s and 70s though, like especially late 70s, and like, I mean, MJ is at the pinnacle.
And across all genres as well.
Right?
It's
no,
not
that's
just,
very true.
It's the rock music.
Prince was
pop, there. Fucking Stevie Nicks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Rush. Oh.
Fucking Rush. Yeah, no, they were a great band.
Yeah.
Great artists, like you said. And then we hit the early 2000s bops, and I don't know if that's because I'm biased in that at that point maybe, but it was still fun. And then we hit the late,
that's the Lil Jon era.
Yeah, it's fun.
Early 2000, the early aughts.
And you're still hitting those late 90s, but it's still not. and then you hit the 10s, and it's just like, what the fuck is this?
And that's when it becomes a search.
It honestly, like, when we hit the 10s, we were just like, skip,
Yeah.
skip. Didn't do that with any other. Yeah. But yeah, so I think it's not necessarily, you're not wrong in riling yourself up.
Right.
But I think there is something to be said about the type of music.
Yeah, I guess I just want to I want to be able to present myself better at it. I don't want to be so standoffish when it comes to it. Like, again, it's.
Don't be an asshole, Tim.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. And I'm not an asshole. I think that's the thing that irritates me the most is like just because you kind of rag on something. I usually do it for the kicks. One, I do it because it gets my mind going and it gets like all that like that's the way I think. Like when I see and I observe something, I think about it in like steps and how it evolves, and it does. And so sometimes it helps to verbalize that. It's not my fault if one, your brain doesn't work like that, and two, you get upset when I just have to verbalize something in anger and in rage. I think more people need to do it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. When I was, and this isn't, again, and I feel, when I was younger, when I was in high school, I didn't feel the other side because I was young and stupid. I get it now. Like, I look back on it, and I'm like, yeah, I get why they're upset with me. I was being an asshole. I was being a prick, but I was being a funny prick.
Oh, yeah, so we got
it
the
just
kicks.
It just wasn't funny after a while. You know, people just stopped finding me funny. I became a little incessant.
You were just.
But I loved that bit. I love doing that. I love ranting. It's a good thing. It makes me feel good inside. So, all that to say, pop music sucks ass. Yeah.
So in conclusion,
I'm going to get better at it. It takes steps, okay? I'm not going to just cold turkey right now.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
No, it's not wonderful. It's not wonderful. On top of that song, I heard Youngblood again today. I heard The Middle again with Zed and whoever the fuck that chick is.
Wow. I went
because you could literally replace her with anyone else and it would be the exact same situation.
See, what does that say about me that I went, wait, Jimmy Eat World The Middle? Like that's the song that you were...
That's a good one.
Yeah, but see, that's... Yeah. I was like, what song are you talking
Different
about?
era. No, but that's again. I heard that song "Me" by Taylor Swift and Brendan Urie.
Oh,
by the way, Brendan, you don't listen to this, but
not yet.
Not yet, bud. Stop, please, doing this sellout thing, please. Listen, you can sell out, but like, if this is genuinely, I wish I could meet you, look you in the eyes, and ask you if this is genuinely what you want your music to be. And if it's a genuine yes, and I feel that emotion, then I'll leave you alone. Until then, I'm going to make a lot of, like, assumptions, and that you're selling your soul.
Fair enough, but leave Taylor Swift out of this.
What? I'm not leaving Taylor Swift out of this, man. I'm not.
I once was like you. You couldn't see it, but there was a solid eye roll that just happened.
Yeah.
And the thing is, mostly with her singles suck.
Oh, you saying she's a deep track artist?
You
saying she's a deep track?
Yeah.
There's
some good layers in there. You just gotta take some time.
I heard a Sam Smith song today that I didn't like either.
I'm waiting.
But Sam Smith does some collaboration, so I don't know if it was like a collaboration. It was just I'm not saying he has. I'm not saying he has to be sad. I just didn't like. In general, it just kind of sounded weird. It was just kind of like a really upbeat and
I can't
more
even pretend to know what song
generic
that you're not
thing.
talking about.
I have no idea what it is, at all. I don't know. It just didn't sound very like innovative. Which Sam Smith to me always he brings an innovative sound.
His voice, yeah.
Not just I get why people like his voice, but I think like in general, like his music it's pretty creative. Yeah. He does a lot of different stuff. I mean, like I can't remember his like that big breakout single. It's slipping my mind.
With Latch, or was it the other one?
The other one. Latch was good. The one where he recorded himself like. 50 something times, and he's the backup chorus in the song.
What is song?
Stay with me or lay with me, whatever.
Yeah, no, stay with me.
Yeah.
Or Stay, I think is the.
Yeah, I think it's Stay With Me, Won't You Lay With Me. Whatever. And he's the one doing the chorus in the background. It's his voice, just at different parts of the mic and in different areas of the room.
That's incredible.
And then they mix and match.
I had no idea.
And I mean, so, he's creative in that aspect. I think
that's so cool.
yes, he has a great voice, but it's also like he brings this level into his music that's very thoughtful.
That's very Lorde-esque as well.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just a little thrown by it, but I also heard some.
It's for the radio. It's to get the plays. And
I also heard some Bruno Mars that sounded like it was straight out of the 90s. Like it, literally the intro hit and it was like, and I thought it was about to be that girl is poison, and then Bruno Mars hits my ears, and I'm like, this is. I was like, this is not the song I thought it was gonna be.
In a good way though, right?
Like one, I was a little disappointed because that's a great song, but then the other way, I was like, oh man, this is straight out of the 90s. It wasn't though. It's made this year.
Bruno's classic like that. Some of his songs do kind of have that.
Right.
When was this made? But I like that.
I also heard a couple Cardi B songs today.
Cardi.
Ugh. Not a fan,
can't
guys.
Do the okay thing.
Not a fan, guys. I'm not.
I saw her at Bonnaroo. Saw her set. I gotta say, her set was a lot of fun, though.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, she's a.
I'm not. Again.
You're not right. You're not right. Exactly.
I mean, it's. I don't know. I really do. I do feel like people need to be more selective with the things that they spend their money on, and I think that not just with music. I also think that's with video games and movies, and that can be a whole nother thing where I think people genuinely just throw, their value into something that isn't really worth it, and unfortunately, it leaves a lot of things that are worth it in the dark, or it just perpetuates a thing that isn't okay. I mean, video games are. I'm not even to get too far into this because we are going to get back to food pretty soon here. The video games and all their like gambling things going on recently, and people. I mean, 2K is one of the biggest proponents of that. Yeah. They are borderline. They are a pay-to-win game, and people just buy it. They don't even care. They just buy the new model, and it comes out bugged every single year, and it's broken. It doesn't work, and then it takes like 14 patches to fix it, and it never really gets fixed.
No, ever. On top of the actual money that you're spending.
Yeah. So
for
again,
the virtual player. Yeah.
That's just one. That's just one example. I just think in general, it's like just people's opinions are valuable, and like if you took the time and really just cultivated a sense of culture and taste, you would enjoy other things. Food. Wow.
Now we're talking about fast food. So
what
this
a dig.
food.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We're actually before we today's pod is brought to you by Health Positive. Not this was just me plugging my own thing.
I like that. We can act like
well, we're talking about food. I'm gonna go out and I'm a certified personal trainer.
That's right, certified.
And I also study food nutrition, things like that. So today's menu items that we're going to discuss, I'm going to go ahead and outright right now and say you should not make this part of your, man, this should be the cheat meal for like 2 weeks. Every single one of those items should be a cheat meal for 2 weeks.
Honestly, if we're going to be real, probably a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we dive in, just know that that's my professional opinion on that. And I do carry some authority in that arena, so.
He does.
Yeah, in your face. check out Health Positive.
Don't be an asshole. No, yeah.
Check out Health Positive for healthy tips and a blog. You can also contact me for more information.
Personal training.
Yeah. Brought to you by me. What a plug.
Tim really is the plug.
Yeah.
The plug.
I'm going to start with the Impossible Whopper. You good with that?
You can have it your way, Tim.
Sweet.
It's fucking Burger King, you know what I'm saying?
It's Burger King.
Hey.
So,
Quickly.
I mentioned Hop Dotties in my food rant last episode, and Hop Dotties does the Impossible Burger. It's the best burger joint.
It is really good.
Hop Dotties is great.
Check it out. Definitely go check it out.
They have the Impossible
Not a
Patty, and you can, not a sponsor. You can replace all their specialty burgers with the Impossible Patty, which is really cool.
Yeah, you're
and
not limited.
I don't know if you had the Impossible Patty I think we've gone a couple times. I don't know if you've ever gotten it.
I think I tried it. I had a regular patty, but which was also
you might
good,
have tried
but
one of ours.
Yeah. It's delicious though.
Yeah. No, it's
no
really good.
Yeah.
And as a person who, I'm eat meat, but I mostly am vegetarian. I don't ever really buy meat. And yeah, the Impossible Burger, you can tell, but it has such a good umami flavor, and you can tell that it's not meat in the best way possible almost.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. It's not meat. This isn't that.
I think a lot of people's reaction to the Impossible Patty, I'm not even going to dock their reactions, because you see a lot of those in the videos, like, what?
Right.
This is not meat? And it's like, I can get that. Like, if you don't tell someone, it really does just have such like an umami impact, just that savoriness, that bite. I mean, it looks like meat. Like texture-wise, there's almost no difference.
No.
And so, like, I get why people have that reaction. I can tell. I can definitely tell the difference, but again, it's in the best way. I genuinely I crave the Impossible Burger. Not
really? Okay.
Not only do I crave a burger, sometimes I genuinely just crave a patty. And I'm like, man, I just want a cheeseburger. And then other times, I genuinely just crave the Impossible Burger or the Beyond Burger. Beyond Burger is also really good, and it's different in that good way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've had the Impossible Patty before from Hop Dotties, and Hop Dotties has their own way of doing things. So when I was like, hey, we should definitely try the Impossible Whopper and talk about it, I was wondering if it was going to be Burger King'd up. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, obviously, it's coming on the Whopper fixings.
Obviously.
But the thing about Burger King is they do, the charbroil. Mm-hmm. So, you get that char in there.
They got that grill. The grill marks on there. Yep.
Yeah, and so I was like, I wonder if that's going to come through. What do you think about it?
Well, I think it did. Honestly, it didn't even... you really couldn't tell a difference. I mean, frankly, I think I'd rather eat that than a regular Whopper patty.
Right.
It just tasted better.
Right. You want to know here's the thought I had about it. I bit into it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, still don't like Whoppers.
I bit into it and I was like, I don't. It tasted like a Whopper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell the difference unless you had been like, this is an Impossible Patty versus this is a Whopper Patty.
And saying it tastes like a Whopper carries a lot of impact.
It does.
Because that means it doesn't just taste like an Impossible Burger you got from Hop Dotties or another location.
Right.
I think White Castle does it.
Okay.
Because I've also had a White Castle Impossible's like.
Oh, nice. Okay. I bet that was probably really good.
It tasted like White Castle, right? That oniony, cheesy.
Yeah.
That's what it tasted like. And so I'm super excited that these places are getting the Impossible Burger, and it's still tasting like their signature food.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not tasting. It's not tasting like something different.
Yes.
It's tasting like their signature.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
No, like I said, I think if you did a blind tasting of that, you wouldn't know the difference between that and a regular patty.
You'd be like, man, it's 2 Whoppers.
It's a lot of pickles.
You'd be like, man, I'm over Whoppers. I don't know.
Some weird lettuce size. Yeah. But other than that, no. I think it was.
I'm not a BK fan.
Their fries used to be really good.
Right.
Had a nice
They changed their fries every couple of years.
Yeah, why?
It's because they're the Burger King. They're not the Fried King.
Okay, fair enough.
The Impossible Whopper comes in at $6. Not worth it, was it?
Not worth it.
Now that you know the price. Now that you know the price, it's it's a little
meal, like a Whopper meal, essentially.
That was just
and that was
just the sandwich. Yeah, it was $6. Which the Impossible usually comes in at a little bit of a higher price,
sure,
just because of what it is.
Absolutely. However,
however, I feel I think at Hop Dotties it's a $9 burger and an $11 Impossible Burger. And that markup doesn't bother me as much there because it's a genuinely great experience.
Yeah.
So I think when you have that little
and the portion size too.
Yeah, I think when you have that little $2 markup, and it doesn't feel like there's a reason for that,
Mhm.
it's
Definitely
bothersome.
takes away. No, yeah.
Yeah, it's bothersome.
Doesn't
Because
look
I
good.
would even say at White Castles again, it's like it's like a whole dollar above their normal sliders, which is a lot for a
For a
slider.
little slider, yeah.
And so the price markup didn't justify it. Especially when you go to a place that serves sliders, you're really just kind of wanting some slide. You want like 4 or 5. You want to go in.
Right.
You ain't spending $2.50 on each one
Absolutely
either.
not. No.
$1.10, please and thank you. So, no, that was BK, and the other one we had. This is a 2-parter. I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
What you got?
The Arby's sandwich.
Listen.
It's okay. So they have 2 versions. One is, and they're both. So it's both like beer inspired. So it's like beer braised meat on a pretzel bun is one, and then it's beer infused cheese on the other one. I decided to go with the meat one. I figured too much Arby's is not good. So I went with the one that I thought I would enjoy more, which is I like cheese, but I just thought, I want to try like the meat. Because that's the point of Arby's.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not there to
They
try
have
beer
the meat.
cheese. I'm
No.
there to try beer meat.
I mean, H. John Benjamin is now their spokesperson.
Yo,
so it's like,
Here's the thing.
What you got?
I sent you the list of things I wanted to try.
Yeah.
And you said the Arby's one scares me.
It did.
Because it's like Meattoberfest or some shit like that.
Is that not a terrifying name
No.
for anything?
Here's the thing with
Food
Arby's,
item or
though.
not.
Here's the thing with
Catch my
Arby's.
drift.
Arby's is trending, man. They're memeing out here.
What?
They're memeing.
Well,
There was like a
I'm
thing that
sorry.
went around where it was like, who in the hell still goes to Arby's? And then Arby's
Yes.
responded with like, we got the meat, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? And like,
What?
and so now there's like this general like vibe, and it's a good thing, because if you're making splashes on the internet in that way, it doesn't even matter if it's not like, oh, they're not great.
People are coming through.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
They already have like this like, who the fuck goes to Arby's vibe? Guys, let me tell you,
Maybe we
this beer braised meat sandwich on a pretzel bun with this fried onion
Can't believe it.
and this like cheese tang sauce they had going on it.
Tangiest. It was good.
It's the best thing that we
I'm-
tried tonight.
I'm kind of upset at myself, but the Arby's was by far the best thing we tried tonight. It was so good. That, first off, it has a pretzel bun. Okay, so we're on a pretzel bun.
Right.
And we didn't get a chance to just eat these items like immediately, like fresh out. So they had been chilling for a little bit. The bun wasn't really soggy or anything.
Right.
It still held its own.
Because it's a pretzel bun,
It's
and pretzels
fantastic.
have that.
Ugh.
They have that,
Ugh.
rigidity. They bounce back.
They bounce back. Like fucking Big Sean. So they when you take a bite and the meat itself's juicy, and then
Right.
you get hit with that tangy cheese sauce.
Yeah.
It's not too tangy though.
No.
It's a little sweetness.
Listen.
Is that the meat though? I
No.
don't know. And then
Like,
the French
And there's
the
actually
fried onions on top.
maybe it's just the combination of things.
I-
There's definitely like this like, it's not the flavor of
No.
beer, but it's like I'm having a beer. Like it's the feeling of having a beer. That's what it is.
I like that. And I don't even really like beer like that, and I
Guys,
enjoyed the hell out of that burger.
Arby's is a meme. They're the meme right now. They're probably not the meme, but they're a meme right now. And no one, and also just let me say this: best experience I had. I went to all these different places.
Okay, yeah.
I went to these different places. And I'm not gonna hop into Pizza Hut or McDonald's, but as far as Burger King, man, people were sad there. Walked in, no one wanted to be there. Everybody's sad, hate everything. It wasn't busy.
First off, you just said walked in there.
Yeah, I didn't do
Wow.
drive-through.
Look at
I don't
you.
do drive-through. I walk
You're
in.
saving the environment. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I don't know. I walk in. I want to.
I want to see the people that are making my food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'll dive into part 2 about what happened at McDonald's. Nothing major happened. I don't want to build
It
it
was
up.
just some McDonald's
No,
experience.
it was just a
probably.
McDonald's experience.
Yeah.
And then I went to Arby's. And Arby's, man, I pulled up.
Pull
One
up on
sad old heavy dude just eating his sandwich by himself. Only guy in the thing.
Chilling.
Only guy in the place.
Chilling. Checking his emails.
No.
Oh.
Oh,
not even
man,
like
he's
that.
just
Okay.
looking. He's just wearing a
yeah.
decrepit shirt, looking around. Thousand yard stare. Man was gone. He was enjoying his Arby's,
enjoying his
though.
Arby's.
So
It's fucking beer battered.
I walked in, and the lady was like, we're in Tennessee. I'm not going to do an accent, but
Well.
she was like,
Hey, darling.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, darling.
Hey, darling.
Thank you for stepping in. And I was like, how we doing? And I ordered the beer braised beef sandwich and just the sandwich. I always have to specify before they even ask.
Right.
Do you want the mail? No, just the sandwich, please.
Yeah.
Dear God.
Are you sure?
And she was like, would you like to donate to No Kid Hungry? By the way, of course I did. No Kid Hungry is amazing.
Okay.
Every restaurant, if they're doing something with No Kid Hungry, the proceeds 100% go to No Kid Hungry.
Oh,
I mean,
that's awesome.
double check with the restaurant, but every restaurant I've ever been to that does it. I used to work for Shake Shack, and they
Okay.
do it every May. Always donate. Because $1 for No Kid Hungry feeds 10 kids.
That's
so
fantastic. That's
always donate all the proceeds. Almost every restaurant that does a No Kid Hungry thing, they don't take any of the proceeds. It goes directly to No Kid Hungry.
That's fantastic.
And they usually have like a little special thing going.
Sure.
I think she gave me like a free sandwich next time I order thing. And Shake Shack usually does like a half off shakes or something like that. Currently, I don't know if they did it this May, but they were doing it like every May that I worked there. And so yeah, anytime you go to a place and if they say donate to No Kid Hungry specifically, donate to No Kid Hungry.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Noted.
This episode's brought to you by No Kid. I'm kidding. It's not. I just really enjoy that organization. They do a really good job.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because they work they work locally. So everywhere you go,
That's
they
even
have
better,
their
yeah.
local thing going.
Mhm.
They don't. It's not just like this big like
Massive
national
yeah.
thing that they kind of divvy out. No, it's going to the location you're in. It's incredible.
That's awesome.
Very
Very kind of rare to find
Yeah.
charities like that.
They
or
are an
stuff like that.
incredible
Yeah.
charity, and again, $1. I believe $1 is 10 kids. So donate. Fun fact about when I worked at Shake Shack and that was going on. My last paycheck for that month before like the promotion expired, I went in and I believe it was $2 at Shake Shack. You pay $2, so we were doing 20 kids per. And you would get like that half price shake or a free shake. It might have been a free shake at the time. And I walked in and I threw 100 on my last check of that month. I bought 100 of them, or 50 of them, so it was $100 total.
Yeah.
And then I just gave away the shakes to people in the restaurant.
That's awesome.
While simultaneously feeding however many children that equates to.
That's yes. Okay,
No,
that's great.
And that's not like a brag or anything. It's just a story I like to tell people because it is. If I'm willing to go in there, like, I worked for the place.
Right.
I wasn't making like crazy good money, and
Right.
I was willing to drop like 100 out of that check.
That's
worth it. That's not just me being altruistic. That's just me understanding, like, this is this is working. So of course.
No, that's great. That's a great organization. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good
No,
to
it's
learn.
incredible. Again, man. But Arby's.
But Arby's though.
So even my experience, man, the lady was incredible. I told her kind of a little bit. I said yes immediately, and she was like, "Oh, fantastic!" I was like, "I love No Kid Hungry. They're an incredible organization." I told her about it, and I kind of, I didn't tell her about the organization. I just told her like that I worked for Shake Shack and all that, and she was like, "Oh, that's amazing." And I was just like, "Yeah, I love that work." So I mean, I would, always donate to them. So it's really, I had a good conversation with the lady. And again, there's like no one in there.
Right.
There was like one person to drive through, one old man who was
having a night.
My goodness.
Date night, but themselves.
He was I don't know who he was. I wonder what he was thinking about. I could have sat there all night and just thought about what he was thinking about. as he ate his Arby meats.
He got the meat.
He got the meat. Thank you, James Earl Jones. Arby's.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And H. John.
Yeah.
Can't forget about Archer.
No.
Sterling
And
Archer.
Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Bob's Burgers.
So, guys, don't sleep on the Arby's. I know I'm never gonna sleep on them again.
I won't either.
I probably won't eat there ever again.
But
because I don't.
I'll give
Again,
them their
I don't
props.
really eat tons of meat, so on Arby's we got the meats. Just kind of isn't a phrase that I'm looking for. So, but guys, at
it
least
was actually really good.
try
though.
their
Try it
beer
out.
braised beef.
Yeah.
That thing was. I'm telling you, that thing was slamming. I finished my half. I didn't finish the Whopper. It's still sitting up there.
Definitely still put the I could definitely go for that. That was a good sandwich.
Yeah, man.
Do it.
It's delicious. Yeah. It was incredible.
All right, Fergie.
One last thing that we're going to talk about is what we've been sipping on the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Not a sponsor by any of these companies, by the way.
By the way, not yet though.
You picked up the Starbucks pumpkin cream cold brew, whatever they call it.
No, it's the pumpkin cream cold brew.
Yeah, pumpkin cream
spice
cold
in
brew.
it.
It's definitely got pumpkin spice on the top.
On the top.
And it's got this nice, like, did it get whipped cream?
No, there's no whipped cream.
No,
There's a nice froth
just
though.
that nice, like, cream on top.
No. Oh yeah.
It was good. I'm going to say a word. It was succulent.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when we got these, they were just this beautiful. Had that cream on top, and then the bottom was just this black, obviously the black coffee.
Yeah.
And then by the
By the time you got here,
I
it
got
was
here,
nice and
it
mixed.
was
But
It was a beautiful drink though when I first received it.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
I love coffee.
Yes.
I love coffee. I have French press. I do pour over. I grind my beans fresh every morning.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And I go either between the French press if I have company, or I just do my single pour over. And let me just
French press.
no. Let me just say, man. Like, I love coffee. I drink it black most of the time.
Yes.
So for me to drink
Thoroughly
something
enjoy
that
this?
has like a little bit of, it's not too sweet, and that's what I like about it.
No, I know.
That's what I
still
enjoy
hits.
about it.
It still hits like a coffee.
Yeah.
Because the vanilla sweet cream of the cold brew, it's very
Right.
very sweet,
Right.
very sweet.
You get the coffee. Maybe the spices kind of help with that. You know, I just had Death Wish. Their cauldron, like their spice cauldron, like
You're all about the Death Wish coffee.
it was really good.
Not a sponsor either.
Not a sponsor either. Death Wish, if you want to be
But
a
if you
sponsor,
want to.
who girl? Not to make this about Death Wish while I'm talking about Starbucks. All I'm saying is I haven't had their pumpkin spice latte in a while. I had it last
I don't
year.
think I've ever had that.
This is better. So
I would drink this.
listen,
again,
next time you're
100%.
in, maybe you don't like cold coffee. Start liking it, you weirdo. But get their cold brew, man. It slams. It's good.
That's really good.
Yeah. Second best thing we had tonight.
Yeah, the Arby's was by far the first though,
Yeah.
hands down. And I can't believe I said those words out
I
loud.
know. But yeah.
But yeah.
Next time on So You, I'm actually going to finish the sentence. We're going into part 2.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're going into part 2. We're going to be talking about more food items.
More food.
We may talk about coffee again because it's delicious.
Yeah, probably. Might talk about your Giants.
Oh, yeah, next time.